Hello, everybody. We are live on YouTube. Welcome to the JJ Variety Hour, the most good enough podcast on YouTube. I am your host, Jason, and with me, as always, is Jai.
Yes, hello, we are back, and it's great to be back for our third episode. And as Jason has stated, you may have noticed we have changed the name slightly. We are no longer just the JJ DVD Variety Hour. We are just now the JJ Variety Hour. And it's ironic that we've changed the name to the JJ Variety Hour because we're not just JJ today, we are JJD because we have with us Darcy Betts as the third guest.
Hey everybody, how we going?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm good. I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Just got off from work and then I hear some people wanted me on a podcast, so I thought, all right, we'll do that then.
You've picked the right podcast to come on. We've got
Yeah,
many viewers. This is a career booster, absolutely.
I turned Ricky Gervais down, and I just felt I just had to be on this one. This was the one.
Good call. Good call.
this is the
Uh,
one.
all right. Should we get started with our first discussion topic?
Let's do it.
All right. So the first one we have this week, on Monday, our time, Australia time, Monday morning, the Super Bowl was on in the United States, and it is known as sort of the prime time for all kinds of, pretty much all the big movies to premiere their trailers and all the things that they've got coming out in the next year or so. So guys, did you guys watch? And if so, which trailers and teasers caught your eyes?
Darcy, you're the guest. You go first.
Well, in that case, I actually watched nothing from the Super Bowl. All the big spots like the big movie ones, I kind of watched before or just online. Like I didn't really just read into it and watch any of the ads or anything. It just, maybe
That's
if I was
fine.
watching the game.
That's pretty much all we're discussing here, just the spots. So for me, yeah, I watch all the spots. The most interesting one for me, by a long shot, for just the movie spots, was 10 Cloverfield Lane. I was really yeah. I don't know if you. I know Jason's seen it, Darcy. I think you may not have watched it.
No, I haven't. No.
So pretty much it's just a 30-second spot. We see more of John Goodman. We see more outside the actual bunker this time.
Okay.
And yet we still have no idea what the frig is going on. So I can't wait to see the film. It looks great. It's only added my interest, and we're exactly a month out from it. Less even because we're in February. So that looks great. The other big one that looks great. I really like the Civil War spot as well. I think that was good.
I did see that. That was kind of hard to miss, I think.
Definitely. I didn't get much out of the original trailer, but the second one, yeah, this spot was great. And yeah, Jason, what about you?
Yeah, talking about Cloverfield, I really liked that trailer. We definitely got to see more. We actually got to see outside, which is cool, because I wasn't sure if was the whole film just going to be set in this tiny room, or so we definitely got to see a bit more of outside. There seems to be there's some mysterious sounds at the end, like a loud screeching sound. So I assume that was the monster. I don't know. I assume that's the case. But yeah, as you said, John Goodman was pretty much the focal point. He did the narration of the trailer. I don't think we saw any other cast members. Apart from the three that we've already seen, we haven't seen anyone else, have we? I don't think there was anyone else in the.
It seems to be pretty much they're pretty much the only cast members, as that we know of so far. We've got Mary Elizabeth Winstead, we've got John the Good Man Goodman, and we've got that other guy who I don't even know his name.
Yeah, we did the same thing last episode as well. We did not bother to look up his name once since the last one. We're just calling him
screw that guy. We don't know who he is. We don't want to know who he is.
That's right.
Why would you care?
Exactly. Goodman is, Goodman's he's big. He takes over the screen. You only need Goodman. He's worth more than one man. But yeah, I agree that Cloverfield was sort of the highlight for me. And the Civil War one was great as well. I'm really excited for that to see Iron Man versus Captain America. So it's gonna be crazy.
Pretty much everyone versus everyone, really. There's a lot going up against a lot. Yeah, the other very interesting one that it wasn't even really a spot for the film were the two Turkish airline commercials that were really Batman v Superman commercials. So we had one, fly to Gotham City. We had the other one, fly to Metropolis. So one was narrated by Bruce Wayne, the other narrated by Lex Luthor. They were awesome. I loved them. I thought that was a really clever way to do it.
I actually didn't see those.
I saw them as well. They were really good. And the maps they released with them as well, the maps of Metropolis and Gotham, that was really cool thing of a company with it that obviously wasn't in the spot, but it was a nice little extra bit to give the audience. I thought it was great.
Definitely, and I like, as we discussed, you know, in real life, Darcy, yeah, we're not quite sold on the fact that Metropolis and Gotham are just across like a Hudson-esque river.
Yeah.
That's weird that they're very close to each other. So
It's kind of a it's kind of like a flexible reality thing, isn't it? Kind of like it's sort of like geographical location can sort of change depending on which series you're watching or which series you're reading or whatever. Like they can just change it to sort of suit the story they're telling.
Oh,
definitely.
Sorry.
I think this one fits. We both said definitely, so that was fine. I think this one fits that, especially since I bet that Batman v Superman is going to open with, the Bruce Wayne being in Metropolis when the Zod Superman fight from Man of Steel happens. So it is interesting, that they are so closely connected. And that one is like this light shining city of Metropolis. The other one is this dark kind of gritty Gotham. So the contrast there, I do like that, and I like that they're going to be tying it all in together. So it's very interesting. And like Darcy said, the maps, that was a great touch. And I spent a little while looking at them, and you get to see the positioning of Wayne Tower, you see LexCorp, you see the Daily Planet. It's great, and I can't wait to see how that is utilized in the film.
As a Batman nerd, it was really good to see, just like when they did the Gotham one, you see like the Bowery, Ace Chemicals, and all those kind of like small things that the audience like, oh, that's cool, Gotham, but like just the real niche fans like, oh yes, that does it, like that just sells it so much more. And like we were talking about the other day, I was actually a bit more excited as like a really big Batman fan. I'm actually more excited for Suicide Squad, but I think after the Turkish Air trailer and seeing like an actual functioning Gotham, I'm a little bit more excited now. It's like a lot more excited.
Definitely. I don't know if you guys also saw Dr. Pepper released 5 little mini comics. Oh, they're not even mini comics. I think they're proper length. They're about 20 pages each or so. And the 5 characters, you've got a Batman one, you've got a Superman one, you've got a Lex one, you've got a Senator Finch one, and you've got a Lois Lane one. And they pretty much, they're like each a prequel to Batman v Superman. So in Batman's one, for example, you see him beating up some thugs, selling kryptonite or something in Gotham. In Superman's one, you see him dealing with the fallout of the the whole deal with Metropolis being destroyed. And they're really interesting. The Lex Luthor one has him, speaking to the public, and then you go behind the closed doors with Lex, and he's got all this surveillance on the walls. He's keeping an eye on the Daily Planet. He's keeping an eye on Clark Kent. He's keeping an eye on Superman. So it's really interesting to see that, and I definitely think we're going to see definitely the two sides of Lex Luthor in the film. And I don't know if you guys saw those Dr. Pepper comics.
No,
I saw the covers of them actually. I just thought that was just cool art they did for it. I didn't actually know that was they were comics.
Yeah, they were. Check them out. I saw them on Reddit, and they were real good.
I haven't seen them. I'll definitely check those out.
Well, you haven't even seen the Turkish airline.
Yeah, I need to watch that as well. Clearly, but yeah, like you're talking about Lex Luthor. That's the only thing about Batman vs Superman I'm not sure about. I'm sure it'll be fine. Like I just remember when I first heard Jesse Eisenberg is playing Lex Luthor. I'm like, that is the oddest choice. I just imagine Lex Luthor being like this big dude, bald obviously, and then they cast this like skinny, like guy with curly hair. I'm like, okay, how's that gonna work? And he definitely doesn't exude an air of confidence in most of his films, and seemingly in real life as well. So that's the one thing I'm not sure about Batman vs Superman, but I'm sure it will be fine. I'm sure they cast him for certain reasons, so I'm looking forward to it regardless.
Yeah, and as we discussed, I wasn't sold on Jesse Eisenberg at the start either, but I think seeing the type of Lex he's going to... I know that a lot of people still aren't sold on him, judging by the trailer, but, see him and come out and playing this really manipulative kind of Weasley kind of Lex. I'm on board. I can't wait to see where he takes it. Like when he introduces Clark Kent to Bruce Wayne, he obviously knows. Like Lex knows. He's this smarmy bastard who just, is getting behind everything. He's manipulating. He's pulling the strings. He's making, Batman and Superman hate each other. Come look heads. I can't wait to see where it goes. I just hope I don't watch it and go, oh, I see Jesse Eisenberg. Oh, I don't see, but I think he'll be fine.
See, I actually have to disagree with you guys because as soon as I saw him on it, I thought he'd be great because he's such like, I think Now You See Me, he does a really just like alpha male role and him controlling the situation, and he does it so well. And then he says it's that conniving, like, Weasley thing to it. That's just so good. Yes, that's not traditional Lex, but I still think it's really good. I think it's going to be great. I'm just so excited for it.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. I have not seen Now You See Me. So like the movies I sort of associate with Jesse Eisenberg are ones like The Squid and the Whale, The Social Network, Adventureland, etc., where he pretty much plays the same character in all those films. So maybe, I guess in Now You See Me, he plays a different kind of character. But in those ones, he's definitely a very sort of meek, kind of not very confident guy. Well, I guess in The Social Network, he's a different kind of character there, but it's still kind of a little bit like nerdy and whatever else. So, but yeah, I'm really excited for it. And like, I guess Lex Luthor does change, like, depending on, like, kind of like with the locations of Gotham and Metropolis. Like, I guess Lex Luthor, he can have a different appearance in, like, from one comic to the next or from one film to another film. So it, like, I'm sure it's fine. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, yeah, like exactly, like you know, this is not just, there's not one definitive version of Lex. Like, we all have our versions of Lex. Obviously, you know, the majority of people, I assume, see him as this bald, older guy. Yeah, but yeah, this is just another version, and I think it'll be great. I can't wait to see it. But going back to the Super Bowl, were there any other spots or trailers that came out that got your interest there? Anyone?
Just trying to think. Which other ones were there? I can't remember.
I remember that another full trailer for the Jungle Book was released.
Yes.
I think that looks interesting. The Jon Favreau Jungle Book. I'm not completely sold on how, you know, the hyper-realistic animals and the you know, hearing Bill Murray's voice or Scarlett Johansson's voice, Christopher Walken's voice coming out of them. It kind of looks like they're, like, it should be like, you know, like a Robin Hood-esque kind of, you know, the over-the-top, you know, wacky animals. It feels like their mouths should be moving more. I'm just so accustomed to seeing these cartoony-looking animals. Even the Jungle Book themselves, like the original Jungle Book, I don't know why I just didn't mention that. You know, like, you see singing and dancing, like, it just kind of looks, with the hyper-realistic animals, it's jarring to hear those voices come out of them. I think it'll be fun. It looks great.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I gathered a sort of Uncanny Valley kind of vibe from it. Like, I'm not really sold on the visual style. Yeah, as you said, I when I think of the Jungle Book, I think of the Disney one. It's, you know, it's cartoony and all that stuff. So this is definitely a very different one. And then there's another Jungle Book coming out as well, isn't it? Yeah. And so there's also another Jungle Book film coming out, isn't there? I don't know if it's this year, maybe next year, but that's that Andy Serkis one, I believe.
I don't know that one. I don't know what one you're talking about. Maybe.
I think he's directing a Jungle Book film as well.
I've not heard of that. Interesting.
I may have just made that up. It's good.
As for the other Super Bowls, the only other ones I can think of, Independence Day 2, which
yeah, I'm kind of the same. No Will Smith. Yeah.
And they got Jeff Goldblum.
Well, that is something.
He's a joker. And I really can't think of any others.
The X-Men trailer as well.
Oh, yes, of course.
That was a good full-length one.
I've not seen that trailer. But I am really looking forward to it because I did watch Days of Future Past and First Class recently, and I loved both, so I'm really excited for that. And just quickly, I just looked up Andy Serkis. Yeah, Jungle Book Origins coming out next year, directed by Andy Serkis, live action.
I'm glad the Jungle Book is getting an origin story. It really means
about time. It's about time.
I need to know the origin of Shere Khan. I need to know why he's so angry.
Played by Benedict Cumberbatch in it.
Okay, that's interesting.
And you got Christian Bale, Kate Blanchett. It's quite a cast, actually.
It's another big name cast one. That's interesting. But yeah, so Darcy, what do you think of the X-Men Apocalypse trailer?
Too much Jennifer Lawrence. It's getting a bit ridiculous. Like, Mystique is such a background character in any format she's ever presented in. The only reason she's getting screen time is because it's Jennifer Lawrence, and I honestly think it detracts from the story. I felt that way about Days of Future Past. I feel like it's going to happen again, but I hope not to the point where it's going to ruin the mood for me. It didn't ruin it last time, but yeah, I don't think it will this time either, but it just annoys me. Like, she's great.
And as we discussed the other day, yeah, another thing that we think with Jennifer Lawrence especially, seeing her as Mystique, it really seems, I don't know if it's just the shots they use for the trailer, it really does seem like she's kind of phoning it in, and we really just see Jennifer Lawrence. Like, I don't see Mystique. I don't see the character. You know, I see, oh great, you know, they're showing Jennifer Lawrence because it's Jennifer Lawrence. You know, she's the it thing in Hollywood at the moment. You know, they're going to show her. Yeah, it's just kind of distracting from everybody else, and it's weird to say because there are so many other good cast members in you know in the movie, but you know you see Jennifer Lawrence and yeah, she took me out of it a bit. But you know,
you only see like 2 split-second shots of Michael Fassbender. Like,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
yeah, I mean, movie looks great, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it.
I think you can pretty much, like Darcy said before, too much Jennifer Lawrence in that X-Men trailer. I think it's just too much Jennifer Lawrence in general. She's everywhere, basically. You know, she's nominated for an Oscar again this year. She's pretty much everywhere. So I guess it makes sense, I guess, maybe from a marketing standpoint to put Jennifer Lawrence up there because she is, like, she's in the spotlight at the moment because she's nominated for Joy at the Oscars. And she is not even arguably the biggest star of the film. So it makes sense, but I can see why it would be kind of frustrating. I agree just with just the general sentiment that there is too much of Jennifer Lawrence.
Definitely. All right, I think that's pretty much it to do with the Super Bowl. I think we've been across all the big ones that we enjoyed at least. On to the next topic, which is the movies opening this week. Opening tomorrow, the 11th of February, 2016. We have the 2 big ones is Marvel's new movie Deadpool and Zoolander 2, the sequel that really I didn't know we needed. But it's here. What do we think?
I'm seeing Deadpool tomorrow afternoon, and I am really excited. I know, Jai, you've already seen it, and you have your opinions on it. I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see if I agree with you or not. Because I know, like, I think I mentioned this in the last episode as well. I'm going in almost completely blind. I've seen like the marketing, of course. I've seen like all the viral stuff they've done, like the billboards and the Australia Day video and like the testicular cancer video and all that stuff. I've seen all those, and they're really funny. But I mean, other than that, I don't know much. So I'm really excited. I've read really great things, and then I've read not so great things. So I'm really excited for that.
I'll just say, I won't be spoiling anything about Deadpool in this review. I won't even say what I thought of Deadpool. We will do a short like review video once Jason has seen. Darcy, if you're seeing Deadpool this weekend or soon, you can join in too. I won't say what I didn't like it. We will be doing a short review video tomorrow night. I think even maybe Friday of what we'll add our thoughts. But as for now, Darcy, Deadpool, are you in?
I am very keen to see it. I enjoy Ryan Reynolds, and he has a natural attitude about him in his acting where he comes across very, very similar to the way that Deadpool is supposed to be. So I'm really excited to see him do that and do it well, because we saw the first attempt of that wasn't so great. I'm pretty keen to see it. I know to be honest, like I was talking to you about this the other day of like big films we're kind of looking forward to. I'm a huge comic book guy, but I'm kind of getting to the point of like it's just hitting a dead cat with like comic book movies, and I'm just not as excited as I would have been a couple of years ago about it, to be honest.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm like, because I just started. I will go into this a little bit later, but I've started getting into the comics and stuff, and now I'm just like super hyped for all of these superhero movies coming out, and it just feels like I got into it at the perfect time because there's so many coming out. I think there's at least 6 or more coming out this year alone. It's nuts. I'm really excited about it. It's heaven, nerd heaven.
Yeah, and like I've been following them from the beginning. From X-Men onwards, pretty much. And my interest in them has pretty much grown with everybody else's. I'm not really getting the fatigue because I really do enjoy watching them. A lot of them do feel kind of very similar, but there are the odd different ones. And now that DC's fully starting, which is what we're really waiting for, like, well, me in particular, Darcy, I think you too, we're really looking forward to seeing the DC universe launch. So, this is a great time to be right into it. So
it's awesome because I think DC is definitely approaching this from a different angle. Marvel has always been the more, I guess, I don't know, like more comic booky, I guess, for lack of a better word. It's certainly, lighter, even though there are dark things about them. There's still lots of humor in all of them and all that stuff. And whereas I think the DC films are definitely going to go down the darker route and more sort of gritty route, like the Dark Knight trilogy, I suppose. So yeah, like it's kind of the best of both worlds. Like if you're a Marvel fan or if you're a DC fan or if you're a fan of both, like you've got these stories being, you know, just from coming from completely different sort of points of view and whatever. So that's really cool. It's just great for anybody who's a comic book fan or just a fan of superheroes in general.
Definitely. The other movie coming out tomorrow is Ben Stiller's and Owen Wilson's Zoolander 2. Yeah, I mean, it's coming out. I think it'll be fun. What do you guys think?
I'm pretty excited for it. I'm actually pretty excited for it. Like, I love the first film. It is definitely one of my favorite, like, just not. Oh, it's not even 90s. It's 99. But like one of those films I watched as a kid that was just like stuck with me was Zoolander.
Hang on, is it really 1999? Did that come out in 1999?
No,
Yeah.
I think it was 2001. For some reason,
I don't think it's a 90s film.
I think it's like 2000 or 2001. I'm pretty sure. I'll check.
Surely it's not that old.
2001. There we go.
Still, that's
Oh,
older than I thought. For some reason, I thought it came out about 2004, 2003.
No,
Yeah.
Anchorman was 2003, I think.
No
And I
way.
think
That was
Dodgeball
like
was 2004.
Wow, okay, they're old then. Well, not old, but they're older than I thought. Zoolander, especially, I thought that was a bit more recent. But yeah, I think Zoolander 2 will be fun. I mean, the trailer was fun. So yeah, I'll see it. I won't be rushing out to see it, this weekend or anything. But yeah, I'll go see it if I've got some spare time, which I do.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. It's been a long time since I've seen the first Zoolander, probably 10 years actually, if not more. So I'm not really super excited about. Like, I didn't even I liked Zoolander well enough from memory, but it's not like I was thinking I really hope they come out with a sequel. I think most people probably agree. Maybe there are some that are like huge Zoolander fans. I'm sure there are that were really excited at the prospect of a sequel. But personally, I was just like, when I heard this was announced, I thought, cool, I guess. Like, I'll see it, but it's not something that I've been dying for. Hopefully I'll see it in cinemas. Like, that'll be cool. But if not, I won't lose any sleep over it. It sounds alright. I've read a few reviews that have been kind of. They've said there's good bits and bad bits about it. I think a lot of people are not very happy about Benedict Cumberbatch's role in it. As a, I guess, is he playing like a transsexual or is it? I'm not sure. Like, I think
he's playing a transgender character or something.
Yeah.
To that effect. I haven't really read into it, but he is in the trailer and he does appear to be playing a man who is now a woman or something to that effect. So yeah, a lot of people aren't happy about that portrayal and how they're ridiculing this character. And they have come back and said, we're not ridiculing transgender people. This character just happens to be a comical character who is transgender. So, I mean, I don't know. I think it's just a way for people to vent about something that really is a nothing topic. So, it doesn't really matter. But there are, judging whether we'll see it in cinema or not, yeah, I hope to. I think, like I said before, I think it'll be very fun. There are other movies coming out this year not this year, sorry, this month that I'm more looking forward to. Hail Caesar especially. That's one that we get in 2 weeks' time for some reason. And also, like, I'm going to say, I don't know, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies could be a fun time.
I agree with that, like, because I was so apprehensive about Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, and that was surprisingly good. It was very well done. I enjoyed it. So if it goes along
I'm the complete opposite. I disagree. I thought Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter was complete shit. And I thought it was bad. I thought they had a chance to go really corny, really fun with it, and they decided to go this gritty route with it. They tried to kind of ground it, and oh my god, it didn't work. But this kind of looks what that should have been.
I have not seen Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Not really interested. But I've heard that Pride, Prejudice and Zombies is better, so I'll probably see it.
And even though the two have nothing to do with each other, like the two are completely irrelevant. Like they're not related in any way, but because it's a historical figure, it's a historic period piece, and there's this,
with supernatural elements. So
yeah, they always get linked together now. So yeah, but that looks fun. But yeah, so there are definitely more coming out this month that I'm more excited for. But yeah, Zoolander 2, I'll definitely see it if we're there. Next topic, Jason. We wanted to get into a bit of as you mentioned just earlier in this very episode. You mentioned you're only just getting into DC now. One of the ways you've been delving into the characters is through the comic books. What are your thoughts on the DC Comics? I know that you've entered in at a very like base level ground entry, starting with 2011's New 52 reboot. So you've started with Batman, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Aquaman, The Flash, all the regular ones. What are your thoughts? What are your favorites? What have you liked? What haven't you liked? Let us know.
They've been, I've absolutely loved almost all of them. They've been so much fun. My favorite is probably, I was going to say Justice League, but I just read Injustice, which was amazing, so that might be my number one now. So considering they're both about the Justice League, like very different kinds of Justice League stories, but considering they're my two favorites, so maybe that I just like to see all these characters together at once. Other than those, I really liked Aquaman. I was actually surprised how much I liked Aquaman. It was just a very funny book because it goes into like how Aquaman is not considered cool and how he's kind of a joke, and like in his own city, like people just sort of make fun of him and stuff, and like, you're not in the water, what can you do? You're powerless out here on land and stuff. I just thought that was really funny.
Just to interrupt for one sec, Darcy gave a bit of a chuckle there because Aquaman is one of the ones that I recommended years and years ago when New 52 first came out. I said to him, dude, you've got to read Aquaman. It's awesome. It's really cool. It's got such a fun tone. They kind of they address why Aquaman isn't so popular. Like he's a joke to them. Blah blah. And he's not refusing to read it. He just has not read it. Still to this day, 5 years later, 4 years later, whatever. And now that you have also said Aquaman is awesome, Darcy, are you finally going to give it a go?
I mean, maybe. I mean, I'm gonna play a bit of catch-up game soon. It's gonna be a bit expensive, but I mean, I'm picking up all of Green Arrow, so maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll pick up Aquaman too.
It's great. I really like it. And it's really good. Like the villain is pretty cool. Like I've only just read the first volume, but the villain seemed really interesting. I like Mira a lot. It's really cool. I really dig the vibe of it. Other than that one, I've also really liked. I'm just looking at my comics now. I really like the Batman series. So Court of Owls and City of Owls. They're the two that I've read so far. Both are awesome. And I read Batman Long Halloween as well, which was really good. So I'm just digging like all the Batman stuff as well. Suicide Squad, I loved Volume 1. And I've ordered Volumes 2 and 3. But I mean, I've pretty much liked all of them. If I had to pick a least favorite, I would say probably Wonder Woman Volume 1, but I still liked it. Like, it wasn't bad. I still liked it. Just maybe slightly less than the other ones. So I have nothing to complain about. They're great. And yeah, the only downside to this is it's expensive, especially when you're buying many at once. It adds up. So it's not the most inexpensive hobby one can have, but they're really great. Yeah, love them.
I definitely agree with you there. I went back to uni for about 2 years ago, and I was collecting once a week. I'd get maybe 2 or 3 books, and now I've kind of dropped my. I've finished uni now, so I've got a full-time job. I'm gonna start collecting them again. So yeah, to play catch up for me is gonna cost me about $950.
As I've said before, collecting these comics is a full-time job in itself. Like
Yeah,
you really to keep up with them every week, and this is a full-time job. So I've definitely had to cull a lot. Like there was a couple of years ago, there was a time there I was pretty much picking up everything DC was throwing out. And it just got way too much, way too much. So yeah, I definitely have culled a few. In defense of Wonder Woman, even though you say you don't hate it or anything, it definitely, Brian Azzarello's run is a 6-part run, and it's one long story, and it definitely benefits from reading it, all at once. The best way I can describe Wonder Woman, and I have to everybody who I've recommended it to, is that it's Game of Thrones meets the Greek gods. It's so cool. It's just this awesome mashup of all these different Greek gods, and Wonder Woman in the middle of them, and they're all vying for the throne, and the firstborn comes in, and it's great, and I can't recommend it enough. Volume 7, however, not so great. And that's the problem with reading these series. Jason, as you'll find out as you go along, certain creative teams leave titles, and they just become not as good. So one that really suffered from, well, there's a couple that suffer from their creative team leads. One that I think really hits hard is The Flash. When Francis Manapul left The Flash after Volume 4, it took a dive. Volume 5 was horrible. Same with Jeff Johns on Aquaman. That wasn't as good either. But for the most part, they've been pretty good. Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo are still on Batman as of right now, but they are leaving, I think, after issue 50 or 51, which is really sad because I think, they're the greatest team on Batman I pretty much have ever read. I love the Zero Year arc. I love the Court of Owls arc. I loved Endgame. I love Death of the Family. It's all great, and I would have loved them to just stay on forever, but can't happen. So, Darcy, what about you? Yeah, the runs you've enjoyed the most.
I don't know. I kind of go through phases. I mean, I guess I actually really enjoy a few more of the less popular ones. Like Nightwing was definitely one of my favorites of the 52 relaunch. Same thing with Red Hood. Red Hood and the Outlaws, I think it was called. Yeah, they were really. I really enjoyed them. Nightwing had some great story arcs, which actually ties into the Owls, Court of Owls arc as well, Jason, which is really good. So definitely pick up Nightwing if you want to expand that story. Those are definitely I really enjoy them. Those, again, they also got their writers kind of left, and it wasn't even mid at the end of an arc. Nightwing's writer left mid arc, and they just kind of what they do with his character in the whole universe, to do the thing that happens. I'm not going to ruin it for you, but that, and then Green Lantern and Batman, I'd say are probably my big tentpole ones. I'm really excited. I pretty much collect everything Batman bar Batgirl, Batwoman. That makes me sound sexist, but I'm not.
And Birds of Prey. He doesn't collect Birds of Prey. No, but to be fair, he doesn't collect Batwing either. Batwing is another one.
Batwing is one I also do not collect. Yeah, but no, anything by the Bat family, I'm pretty into. I have a lot of the old books, all the Batman big stories. So there's really not much Batman I won't read. And the Robins, I get a big kick out of the Robins too. As Jaya said yesterday, they are my boys. Yeah.
So with a lot of the Bat family titles, they pretty much all tied into the Owls. I think the Court of Owls, even All-Star Western, which I recommended to Jason, he picked up the other day. I don't think you've started reading that one yet though.
No, I will start that soon. I'm still trying to decide which one to read next. I might actually read Batman Volume 3 next, because I'm just really excited to continue that story. But I'll probably start All-Star Western after that because I've heard from you great things. So I'm really looking forward to that.
And just to stick up to the Bat family females, the Batgirl is a really good title. The Gail Simone, the first 5 volumes of Gail Simone's run is excellent. I really enjoyed Birds of Prey too, especially the first 3. They were really great. And Batwoman, that one's okay. That one's a bit hit or miss. It's more the supernatural side of Gotham, and it's fine. Batwing is pretty much Batman in Africa, and if that sounds appealing, go for it. I liked it. It definitely changes in Volume 4 when Batwing changes to a different person, which I won't say in case you start reading. Aside from that, the other ones, I think, as you said, apart from the mains, All-Star Western, Animal Man, Swamp Thing. Who else have I got here? Even ones like Constantine, Grifter, Voodoo. I pretty much picked up everything, and I, for the most part, I liked everything. Ones that I didn't really like, I liked the characters, but I did not like the Teen Titans book. That was not great. I didn't enjoy that at all. I blame that solely on the writer, Lobdell. Scott Lobdell, I think his name is. I just don't really enjoy anything he writes. Legion of Superheroes wasn't great either. I like Justice League Dark though, and that was good. But apart from that, so they're the new 52 ones I'm getting into. As Darcy said, there's a lot of other great DC books that go way further, years and years and years and years, and we've read a lot of them. But I mean, we could talk for hours about this. But it's pretty much all great.
Yeah, I've only read New 52, apart from, I think, The Long Halloween. That's not New 52, is it? But I really liked that. I picked up Catwoman as well, so that's one I'm interested to start reading. I like Selena Kyle as a character. So.
Funnily enough, that's one of the only New 52 books I never got. I heard pretty much exclusively negative things about that. I've heard it's picked up now. The current Catwoman title has apparently picked up. I think that was written by Ann Nocenti, or however you say her name, and she's not a great writer. I think she wrote volumes 2 and 3 of Green Arrow, and they were not good either. But as soon as Jeff Lemire came on Green Arrow from volume 4, it's awesome. I don't know if you're up to that or not, Darcy.
No, we'll see how I go.
Okay.
I've just got to catch up on my main stuff first, like, and on top of that, like, the fact that I've been gone 2 years, a lot of the ones I was reading are now finished, and new ones have started. So, yeah, I've like, as I said, like, Nightwing is now a different character and book, and Red Hood's now a different character and book. Has Titans been relaunched yet?
Yeah, it's like the new Teen Titans or something.
Yeah.
But then it's no longer the New 52 either. Like that's gone. The New 52 branding is gone. It's now DCU, the DCYOU, and they introduce a whole lot of other new books. So we've got Black Canary, we've got Dr. Fate, we've got JLA, we have Martian Manhunter, we have Cyborg, we have We Are Robin, a whole heap of titles that I have not started reading yet. Because I trade wait for the collected editions. So I can't wait to start. And they'll start coming out next month. So I'm really looking forward to reading a few of them. But now with Rebirth starting, which is an entirely new branding, I don't know if they're restarting it again. You know, like DCU only started 6 months ago.
So is that a new branding, like a new?
So I don't really know. I don't think anybody's really sure yet. It is Rebirth. I assume it's got something to do with them putting it more in line with the films. I'm not entirely sure, but it seems as if they wanted the comics to kind of run in line with the movies, so that people who have seen the movies, I like that, let's read a book. They'll pick up a book and go, hang on a minute, that's not what Aquaman looks like in the movie I just watched. You know what I mean? So I'm putting that back. You know, I think it's going to be more along the lines of that. I'm not sure. I could be completely wrong. But I hope that the numbering system just doesn't all go back to 0. I know why they do that. So, you know, a new person or a comic book coming into a comic store, picking up an issue, oh, God, we're up to issue 52, you know, or 53. It's better to go into a comic book store and say, oh, good, an issue 1 or an issue 2, you know, I'm right at the beginning, I can jump in. And from a marketing standpoint, that's good. But
that's probably how I got into it, because when you were talking to me about it, like, that only started maybe volume 2s. So it was a really good point for me to jump in, and
yeah. But pretty much what we're saying, I think we've gone on and on about this enough now. We're read DC Comics, they're great. And if you hate it, well, blame us.
Don't listen. Just don't listen to our content.
Yeah.
I was actually just while we're just quickly talking about DC Comics, I was looking at sales figures from the last month of comics, and it seems like just everyone's reading Marvel, which is, I guess, kind of sad. I've not read any Marvel, so maybe they're great. I don't know. But DC is being majorly outsold by Marvel. Marvel have, like, the Star Wars, like, they've got the Star Wars license. They got, they're killing it. Like, from what I said, like, the top 20 was all Marvel.
That could be attributed to the movies as well. Like Star Wars, you mentioned Star Wars being popular. The movie just came out, you know, so there would be an influx of people wanting to read about that universe. Marvel movies have come out every 6 months, 4 or 5 months. You know, so people would be interested. I think once Batman v Superman comes out, it'll be interesting to see if that does garner any new response.
I really hope so.
Going off of the DC Comics discussion now, we're up to everybody's favorite part of the show, Jason's classic corner look back. I forget the friggin' name we gave it.
I don't think we gave it a name, did we? It's irrelevant.
We'll call it Jason's look back. That's it. That's the official title. There it is. Jason,
that will do.
What do you got for us this week? What movies came out on this day 10 and 20 years ago?
Okay, so yes, I've sort of changed the format. Last time it was just the box office, but I quickly realized the error of that, because every week the top movies would pretty much be the same. So it makes more sense to just look at what movies came out this week, 10 years ago and 20 years ago, etc. Okay, so coming out February 10, 2006, so exactly 10 years ago today, we have Curious George, starring Will Ferrell and Drew Barrymore. Final Destination 3, starring 10 Cloverfield Lane's Mary Elizabeth Winstead. The classic Harrison Ford film Firewall. And another classic, Steve Martin's The Pink Panther. So guys, what are your opinions on these films?
February wasn't a 2006 was not a good month.
Definitely not. I will admit though that I saw that god awful Pink Panther movie in the cinema, so I am to blame for that making money. Now, it was bad.
I've actually not seen any of those films. Yeah, I've not really heard great things about any of them, to be honest.
The Peter Sellers movies are fine. They're great. The Steve Martin movie, ooh, stay away. Then there's a sequel too, I think, with Beyonce. Oh no, she was in the first one, I think. Anyway, stay away from it. Don't watch them. The others, I don't really have an opinion on. Curious George, I haven't seen. I imagine it was fine for kids. Firewall, I haven't actually seen, and Final Destination 3, I have seen. But I mean, it's Final Destination. Like, we know what to expect from that movie.
I have not seen any of the Final Destinations actually. I've been meaning to though. They look really fun. I like the idea of just people dying really horrible deaths and like just really creative, elaborate deaths.
Morbid person.
Yes. So that should be really fun.
Yeah, that's not a real blockbuster month or week opening at all. So what was 20 years ago?
Okay, so 1996. We had two films opening February 9th. 1996, we had the John Travolta film Broken Arrow, directed by John Woo, which I have seen. I remember it being okay, but it's been a very long time since I have seen that. And also that day was the Ted Demme film Beautiful Girls, which I do not have any idea about. You guys?
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen Broken Arrow, and I have no idea what the hell that other movie is. So,
yeah.
Great week.
I have seen Broken Arrow. That's the rogue plane nuclear bomb movie, right? With
It's something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's got
and
Christian Slater's in it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not great. It's okay, but it's just one of those like action movies you watch and then forget. And I watched a long time ago, and I've clearly forgotten it.
Yeah.
All right, so going on to 1986. So 30 years ago, can't believe it. Two films came out February 7th, 1986. First was FX, which doesn't actually give the information about the film here. Apparently,
no, this is one I've not heard of. I don't know that. It's not just an FX. It's not a special effects reel they just ran for the film, was it?
It's possible, but I don't think so. But the other film that came out that day is one I know very well. It's Woody Allen's Hannah and Her Sisters, which is maybe my favorite Woody Allen film. I love that film. It has Carrie Fisher in it, Diane Wiest, Michael Caine, Max von Sydow. It's amazing. I don't know if either of you guys have seen that, but I absolutely love that movie, and man, it's already 30 years old.
No, haven't seen it. As you both probably know, I'm not a big Woody Allen fan. Shock horror. Yeah, so it's slipped under my radar. It's not really what I need to see. Darcy.
I missed that one. You know, the whole not being born thing. Definitely, I didn't make it in theaters, but yeah, I agree. I understand why people like Woody Allen, but yeah, it's not really my cup of tea. I'm not much of a like new wave kind of film watcher, so I don't really get into his stuff really.
That's a shame. Woody Allen is in my top 5 directors, so I guess I'm the lone voice here in that department. He's made a film every year since I believe 1973. So he's released like a movie for the last 40 something years.
And that's a good thing. And before you everyone jumps on me for hating Woody Allen, I don't. I liked a couple of his new ones. Like I like Midnight in Paris. Even Magic in the Moonlight, which didn't get quite good reception. I didn't mind that. I saw that in cinema actually. I thought it was fine. I didn't choose to, but I thought it was okay.
I saw Magic in the Moonlight twice in cinema. I loved it. Really funny. Midnight in Paris, yes, that was great.
And then the other more recent one I saw, which I didn't really like, Blue Jasmine. I didn't think that was very good.
Yeah, that's not my favorite. It's not bad. It's definitely one of his more sort of more dramatic ones. I like his more comedic ones. Like one of my favorite recent ones is Whatever Works, starring Larry David. I love that one.
I've seen that too. I've seen that one purely because of Larry David being the main character.
I thought it was really funny. I watched Scoop recently. That was really good with Scarlett Johansson and Hugh Jackman. That's a really good one. But I love them all. I love Annie Hall, Manhattan, Mighty Aphrodite. I could just go on. There's so many, and they're all pretty much great. The Purple Rose of Cairo, Husbands and Wives, Crimes and Misdemeanors, and Hannah and Her Sisters is maybe my favorite of all of them. So the fact that came out 30 years ago, I've got that on Blu-ray. I should probably watch it, rewatch it for this occasion because it always makes you feel good. It's just one of those movies that has like this feel good feel about it. It's awesome. So, but yeah, so those were the films that came out in 1986: FX and Hannah and Her Sisters.
And I think that just pretty much about wraps it up for this episode of the JJ Variety Hour. Hopefully I think this has been just about an hour. Darcy, thank you for appearing on episode 3 of the show.
That's good. Thanks for having me. Yeah, it was very fun. I do enjoy talking the film and the comics. So this was not a bad way to spend an hour.
We'll have you back on. Well, if you'll come back on, if you're not too busy with Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant.
We'll see. Those guys. I don't. Didn't you hear? Are you not in the inner circles? I don't know if their relationship's a bit strained at the moment.
They'll come back. They'll reunite just for you.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what I'm doing. I might be doing this.
We'll have you back on definitely after Batman v Superman opens up, and we'll all give our thoughts on that. Yeah. So for anyone watching, if anyone's watching this, if anyone's watching the replay, thank you very much if you've stuck around this long, for our dodgy quality, for our dodgy anecdotes, for our dodgy topics. Thanks for watching.
Thanks everybody. I just want to quickly plug letterboxd.com/theactualjace. I just wanted to throw that out there. My Letterboxd profile. I just thought I'd plug myself. If you want to give a plug, Joe, just for the hell of it.
Yeah, I'm just the same, but Jai Briscoe at the end is just my name. Darcy, you're on Letterboxd, but not active at all.
Am I on Letterboxd? Jesus.
You are. I remember I told you about it years and years ago, back when it was on the beta stage.
Wow.
Yeah. So, anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks, Darcy, for joining in.
Thanks for having me.
Hope to have you back soon. No worries. And, we'll see everyone next time.
See you guys. Thank you.
Bye.